So you might be afraid of doing something new, going back to school, or starting some sort of entrepreneurial venture because of what other people are going to think about you. I'm going to say something completely different to hopefully change your mind. And then I'm going to walk you through this. So you might be afraid of what people are going to say, whether they're going to laugh at you, whether they are going to look down on you, and you're thinking in your mind, I can't do this thing. I can't go back to school. I don't know what my parents are going to say. I don't know what my friends are going to say. And I shouldn't do this thing. But I'm going to tell you this. Most people are going to say, don't think about what they are thinking. It doesn't matter what they think. But instead, I want you to really dwell on that. I want you to really go down that avenue. That if you pay attention to exactly what they're saying and you really go down there and you think about it and you do everything that they have done and that they want you to do, how are you going to feel inside when you do that? What does that do to you when you go down that road and you think about what they are telling you to do and you pursue everything? And you do this for 30 years. And eventually you realize that my life is not me. My life isn't what I'm about. And then you're going to get this very deep-rooted feeling in your stomach where you're thinking about, or in your heart, where you're thinking about, I turned out to be somebody that I wasn't. I'm more afraid of that than what other people are thinking of me. And I want you to go down that road, right? If you were to do everything that you were supposed to do at any given moment, that somebody has told you that you should do, and that going back to school is a silly idea, that starting an entrepreneurial venture is a silly idea. Everything starts with a silly idea. There's nothing in this world that has ever been perfect at the beginning. And I want you to sort of take that step back and realize, I am going to get laughed at. This is going to be stupid and silly, and nobody's going to pay attention to what I'm doing, or they're going to make all sorts of stink about it, but that's okay. I want you to go down that road where you're simply saying, yeah, that's okay. They can do that. That is fine. That's their right. But I love what I'm doing right now, and I love myself inside, and I think that this is right for me at this right moment. And yeah, it might turn around and might not be something that I'm going to do in the future, and it could be a complete disaster. I think that's wonderful. Isn't that the whole point of living and doing things on our own, is to do things where we screw up and we make a complete fool out of ourselves, and nobody pays attention to what you're doing, or everybody's making fun of you? Like, isn't that the point? Isn't that what we are actually doing in life? Is living independently, where I get to make a choice about whether I'm going to be foolish at a given moment? I encourage you to sort of think about that. All of the things in this world, every single thing. I want you to look at all of the sort of constructions around me, right? What that looks like. That was a foolish idea at one point. That was a silly idea that nobody thought was anything. It all starts where somebody says, I'm going to do this. It all starts where most people are going to laugh at it and they're going to say, well, that doesn't make sense to me. That's okay, right? The moment where I saw, I don't know, there's this really funny thing that's going on right now. It's 2023 and it's hobby horsing. And I'm assuming that many people are, they're going to be upset with this video. But to me, it seems strange. But at the same time, like, you do your thing. You find out what makes you excited. And I understand, I get it. I get the whole point of actually doing those things that don't make any sense. It gives you joy at this given moment. So I encourage you to try these things. What is it in your life that's going to give you joy? Is it reading a few books? Does that change your mind? Does that make you feel any differently? If you go get some sort of education, reading a few books, listening to a few ideas, Does that change anything inside? I think maybe. But if it doesn't, that's okay too. If it does, that's okay too. Right? What are we actually afraid of in these given moments? Is it that you're afraid of how other people are going to think about you? Is it afraid of how you are going to feel about yourself? Well, if that's the case, I want you to pick something that's little and pursue it. See if it changes. Right? Instead of going and getting a whole education, I think that's silly too. Why not just read a book in that area? See if you actually like it. Why don't you watch a couple of YouTube channels or YouTube shows and see if you actually like that thing? Why not just go down the road a little bit at a time, pursuing things slowly until you see if you actually want to pursue that thing. If it makes you excited and you want to get up and pursue it, by all means, go do it. Go pursue it. And if people are going to make fun of you, if people are going to say all sorts of things, I want you to think about this. It's really on them. Normal functioning human beings don't go around making other people feel bad inside. They encourage, they inspire, they do all sorts of things where you feel good and you can get up and pursue the things that you want to do. So feel sorry for them. Don't feel sorry for you. You're doing things that are exciting. You're pursuing all of the wonderful opportunities that you have. Why not go do it? Go make a complete jerk about yourself. It's okay if you look silly. Go try. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.